Here's what I was going to talk about. Proverbs 17:27 through 28 says, "Whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is deemed intelligent." One of my favorite go-to practices in having conversations with people, or just in life in general, when people get really heated, is to just kind of just stop talking, not to annoy them, but it's like, if you know you're getting heated in the moment of the conversation and you know you're about to just spew a bunch of nonsense, you got to remember these verses here, because you can't respond in anger. If you respond in anger, then it derails the entire conversation. And so one of the best ways to have these impossible conversations in 2020 is to remember to restrain your words sometimes, and to try and keep a cool spirit. Because if you find yourself getting heated, you might as well just end the conversation there, because you can't really carry it on any further and it won't be productive. But it says here, like verse 28, right? Even a fool, okay, so even an idiot who stays silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he's deemed intelligent. I read that a couple days ago and it just was like a sucker punch to the throat, man. Even an idiot is considered wise when he is silent. And so one of the things you'll see if you read James Lindsay's book, or if you just really keep in mind this verse here, if you just keep your cool and you remain silent when when you feel yourself getting agitated, especially if the other person is kind of popping off and just running their mouth, they're going to fall on their own sword. They're going to contradict themselves at some point, or they're just going to derail the conversations themselves. It's just one of those things where, like, when I was growing up, that's how I would deal with bullies. People who were like trying to get a rise out of me, I'd be like, I'm just not going to say anything. And so they would just keep going and going and going, and they would get so agitated that they would just give up and leave. And so it's just one of those things where if you find yourself in a conversation that is one of the more difficult ones, just remember these verses here. If you find yourself getting heated, chill out a little bit, pull back, maybe ask some clarifying questions, because you might be misunderstanding what they're saying. That's the other frustrating thing, is like, you have to ask clarifying questions now, because they may use a word that you use, but they may be using it differently than how you're using it, and it makes conversation near impossible in 2020. But I think if we start here with these verses, I think we'll find ourselves having better conversations with people, and just see how that goes. Anyway, that came up in a devotional earlier this week that I was reading, and so I thought I'd share that this morning. Hopefully that helps some of you, and I don't know, see how the conversations go with other folks that you are talking to. Ray, you will. What's up, dude? How are you? Good morning, man.